Well, what's happening, everyone? Back for another EP of the Not Fazed Talkshow, the NFT Show, and things look a bit different around here.
Yeah, I'm arrived and you've just decided, yep, I'm gonna just change everything.
It also puts us in a good position when we start redoing the room. We got new acoustic panels that came last week, so I'm off on my holidays tomorrow, so we'll have to wait till I get back to do it, like.
Oh well, this is true. Everything when we're doing this, when I get back from holiday.
Uh,
When I get back from holiday. When I get back from holiday.
That's everything right now. Fuck life. I'm dreaming of sun and alcohol. Not a big alcohol drinker too, but I'm drinking a fuckload of alcohol when I go away.
It's different when you drink on holiday though. Like you can quite easily get blocked on holiday, and then wake up. You're not really hungover. You get a good feed and just start drinking again.
I'll just make sure I drink plenty of water, Paul Woods.
Well, if we learned anything from last week's episode, yeah, drink plenty of water when you're in the heat. So where are you going?
Mallorca, Palma Nova. So, fucking 2 years. Well, three. This is the third year. Sure, but book one 2020. COVID, fuck that. Got a refund. Book one 2021. COVID, fuck that. Got a refund. So, yeah, I'm buzzing. Kids are buzzing. I just never been away on a sunny holiday.
How's you
No, never been away. Jack's, he was away. I think he was maybe 3 or 4, but he can't remember.
Oh,
He was in the same place, like, so he's, yeah, can't fucking wait.
Well, that's Ruby's the same. We booked a holiday in February 2020, thinking ticket for January 21, and then COVID happened 4 weeks later.
That's right. I remember
So
that.
that got bust.
You struggled to get a refund for that too, didn't you?
2 years it took me to get my refund on that because Teletext went liquidated. Thanks very much for that, but we got it, and that was that. So
Well, at least you got it in the end, mate. You know what I mean?
there'll be somehow, but now Nicole's got her job being a teacher. Then you can only go on holiday when you're on term.
Yeah.
You're out there. You got better things to be answering there than what we're doing.
Blood sugar going low, it said.
No.
That's why I knocked that ton of coke
I was
before I
gonna
went live.
See, it's not all made up, guys. These stories are real. So.
I know. But that's a fucking just knocked a ton of coke before I went live, because I was also thinking I can't wait to fucking chill out. It's been a mad day too, both of us.
I meant to ask you, I was way swimming yesterday with a child, right?
Yeah.
I've seen some fella has your barcode diabetes scanner. How does that work? Because there's obviously electrics in that.
So
Is it a battery or?
I'm sure it is. It's a sensor, like. So what it is, it lasts for 2 weeks. So you get 2 weeks out of them, then you have to rechange them. But whenever
Right,
you put it
okay.
in your arm, it the needle shoots a wire in. The wire goes into your tissue, and then
It's like fucking
The-
Avatar
you,
shit right there.
you pull the needle out, and the wire stays in.
Aye.
So that's how it works. Like.
I didn't know you changed it. I thought it was there permanently.
No, well, I just put it in the same spot. You probably shouldn't, but on this arm. See, when I put it on this arm, it always falls off after a couple of days. And then this arm, in certain parts of it, I have fucking big lumps all over my skin.
Aye.
So in this arm, there's lumps all about there. And there's only a certain spot where it stays on. So I haven't put it on the same spot for about 6 months. But it never falls off. So I'm like,
That's it.
but one day it's just, the needle's going to be getting in the same
Aye.
hole all the time. So it's probably going to end up bad. Like, I know it's stupid, but I can't help myself.
And let's be honest, there's a lot of things that you do stupid, but you can't help yourself.
I know. None of that involves drinking. So, things been all good, Ray, yeah?
I have. I'm still not sure whether I dig this change round. Every time I blink, I feel like there's wee white
Yeah.
circles everywhere.
We'll rethink it once we do the acoustic treatment in the room.
But we'll do that after you're back from holiday.
Yeah, we're doing nothing. I keep saying I'm doing nothing till I'm back from holiday, and then we've a track coming out this week, and I'm like, oh shit, I have to get all that planned.
But you also forget that means there's going to be a lot of stuff you're going to have to do when you come back from holiday.
No, I'll have to do it when I'm on holiday. The track's released on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put it all into my Dropbox, and it'll be good. I'll have a track coming out this Friday, Love to Reave. Fuck it, it's coming out and keeping the Reave alive.
It'll already be out by the time the show goes out. Well, no.
I don't know. Kutski usually posted early, don't they?
Yeah.
Was coming out on Keeping the Rave Alive. Really excited about this one. Not a massive track production wise, but it's fun. The lyrics are great. It's just a fun track, and it's been doing really well on the dance floors for us. So excited for that. Plus, we're on the guest mix this Friday and Keeping the Rave Alive. This is our 3rd appearance on there. So excited for that too.
It's mad to think how you go back to when you were 18, 19, listening to all the Radio 1 shows and all that there with Kutski, and then now just doing mixes for him.
I was
Release
still.
on his label.
I phoned you whenever I got the email. I phoned you buzzing. Like I was just as excited this time as I was the first time. Like
Yeah.
it's keeping the rave alive. You know what I mean? It's fucking. It's a institution within the hard dance scene. Like
It's funny though, because like you know all these people again that you grew up idolizing. You now know them as friends, but even still, when you get to work with them and get the chance to do things for them, you're still, it's that wee inner being like, oh my goodness, I'm getting to live out my dreams. This is fantastic.
I can't believe I have people like Alex Kidd and Kutsky's number on my phone. It's crazy, isn't it? But we did, like, obviously, especially being from the UK, like, them two are the fucking main boys. And
Yeah, Dark by Design, organ donors.
ah, mate, fucking being in an organ donor studio, fucking madness.
Vandal was another great one back in the day.
We had a story about Vandal. We booked him and Joey, right, years ago. And I think the deal, like, Vandal had a good deal, like, but Joey was like, oh, I'll just book his flight. So he wanted to come over and play the gig to get exposure over here. So he done that, no sweat. It was meant to be in the Rangers. Like, the Rangers hold like 600 people or something, maybe more, but sold loads of tickets. Fucking week of the gig, the Rangers pulled the gig.
Right.
Like, bit like fucking Revival and all the other week. They're like, fuck, what are we going to do? So the Royal let us put it in there.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Royal's small, so not that many people could have went in that. And midway through the set, for whatever reason, something happened with one of the decks. Now, I wasn't there. I was outside sorting people coming in. And before Vandal went on, whoever hooked the decks up, they hooked this deck up to the far channel and this deck up the far channel. So it was back to front. And he started and didn't want to stop. So he was playing back to front the whole time, mate. And we were like, fuck, I didn't know about this until he came off and he was cracking up. He's like, that's a fucking joke. No, it's very unprofessional. I was like, mate, honestly, I didn't know. I'm so sorry about that. I think me and Burnsy were only 19 or something, if even.
Aye, but that's it. That's the little things you don't really...
So we were like, fuck, Vandal's raging. Vandal was massive back then. Like, he's went into, like, doing the royalties for, like, all them big labels, didn't he? Because he was doing that. Another unprofessional thing. I didn't drive and Burnsy didn't drive, so we got someone to pick him up from the airport with us. And then we had to bring him to my house to wait to get a lift to the hotel. He was fucking raging. But then, see, after that, we were like, fucking brilliant, no, happy days. The fucking volcano went off.
Oh, the
Iceland volcano. Joey was stuck here for about 5 days.
Oh, shit.
We were just like, man.
It was all because you put the phono cables on away.
No, but we were just like, we're like, mate, we can't pay your hotel for 5 days. Like,
it's like, mate, do you understand? We're like fresh out of school here.
We didn't even go to school.
Exactly. I remember whenever we were doing similar circumstances back in Club Black, I think I was about 20 when we were doing it in the centre spot. And we had Gaz over, Dark by Design, and he was in the hotel waiting to be picked up. I think he'd be picked up at 6:30 for his flight because it was an early one. And lo and behold, I'll not name names, but the driver and the partner driver were running late to pick up Gaz. Now, he made the flight just, but the reason that he was near late was because the driver and said other driver had a lot of party favours after the gig and were in a really heated game of Jack Change It. And they were like, we can't finish this until it's done. Like, we need to finish this game. So they were like, yeah, we need to pick him up. It's like, but this game's more important. And they just sat and played Jack Change It. I think they were about 20 minutes late picking him up just because they were like, this needs done. Like, people don't see this side of stuff. Like, we always,
especially as kids, mate. See, now that's I would never like. I just go and pick people up and we done the Phased all night. Fucking them headers were asking for 2 cars, no?
I know.
There's 3. There was 2 of them coming in from Amsterdam, and one was bringing his missus, but they wanted 2 separate cars.
That's right, because they didn't know I want to sit in the same car together.
Get the fuck. I'll pick you up my car. It's big enough for fucking all of us.
But that's it. People don't realise the fun that goes on behind that. Because even whenever we go away, because you've seen the other side of it, you're like, fuck, what happens if the driver doesn't show up and we miss our flight? Like,
we've had that a couple of times.
Every time, mate, it's just it's in the back of your head, fuck, what
I'm
happens
a wee
if
bit
they
comfortable in Wales now because that's one of the places we've played. That's why I always ask now, put us beside the airport. Like
Aye.
when they're asking about hotels and they put the hotel beside the airport, because then I know it's on me and you to get up and just
Yeah.
walk into the fucking airport. We're seeing ones where you're 2 hours away from the airport and you've been with everyone who's running the night before.
Yeah,
You
aye.
know what states they're all in. You're
Yeah.
like, "Ugh."
I'm never seeing you until I come back. That's what you're worrying about.
That's like all the ones we played recently where we've just said put us at the airport and it's been easy going. Like
It is. It definitely just takes that one little fear away, being like, yeah, at least we know, no matter what
it's
happens.
all not. If
it's
anything
right there.
happens, it's our fault.
Brussels was great, being
Aye.
right beside the airport.
Right beside the airport, just boom straight in the airport way. Bar the queues, obviously, but just that was it. It's so, and that's why most of the big promoters do that. There, when you're booked by the big promoters, remember playing Kidstock and all, they put us right
Yeah.
beside the hotel. And like most of the big promoters will put you beside the airport, sorry, and it just makes life easier for them the next day.
Yeah.
And easier for us as well.
Well, that's it. See as well. Whenever you've finished your gig, you're pumped full of adrenaline. You've had a few beers, whatever. You don't mind if you have to drive a bit to get to the hotel because you're still running on fucking yes, that was a great night and whatever.
Cocaine.
But if you wake up that but if you wake up the next day and you've got such a hangover, or you're just like you've had 2 or 3 hours sleep and you're like, fuck, we've got to go and do this. Like I don't mind. I just go to sleep.
He goes
like,
to sleep.
But
2 hour drive, fucking 2.5 hour drive to the airport.
not anymore. Yeah.
I know we're planning.
Shout out Aer Lingus for
Aer
sorting
Lingus.
out from Belfast. Well done.
Whenever we go to Wales, we've been to Wales quite a bit recently. This is one of the only places I'm comfortable flying now because we have built up a relationship with the club, so I trust them now.
Yeah.
But the first couple of times we were like, what the
exactly.
fuck? But you could never fly to Cardiff from Belfast. It was always Bristol or Dublin to Bristol. But now you can fly from Belfast City, the George Best Airport, to Cardiff. And
Yeah.
Cardiff's only like an hour away from Swansea, which is better than Bristol, which is what, 2.5 hours or something?
It's a 2 hour drive.
And
Good.
that
It's a good-
Dublin
it's a good
drive
nap,
too.
that's what it
That
is.
Dublin drive's a fucking nightmare when you fly to Dublin. From Dublin to Bristol.
Well, that's it. It means now you can at least have even a wee drink whenever we go away.
Just
come
get a
back
taxi
now, because
home,
you can
aye.
just, you can just jump in a taxi, away you go. Then
that-
pick your car up the next day.
I know. I can't wait to play Escape. Actually, that's week after I get back from holiday.
The 20th of August. I think tickets are still available for it. So if you're in Wales or anywhere in the UK and you want to get a good rave in August, check it out.
I know. Escape is back. They have fucking Logic Boys have some plans for next year.
Oh, did
Don't
they?
want to see what's like. But Jesus, fuck. It's good to be involved with them.
It'll be a good year.
It will be alright. Fair play to them. But yeah, buzzing for that. And then Planet Love, and then a few other things still to announce. Fucking buzzing to be back at Planet Love under the big tent this year.
I know that was it was nice to get the call up.
Yeah, it was. I was fucking worried for a while. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm
Well-
honest, I was like, hold on, what the fuck else do I have to do?
More
We're
like,
playing all over Europe.
what do we do?
Nah, but I knew they wouldn't have left us out. Actually, like the more I thought about it,
Yeah.
just being a paranoid wreck.
Well, mate, you know how these things work.
I don't know, but it's good to be with all the boys and all. That's the thing. Like it's good. They really are pushing the local talent a lot this year on all the stages. There's loads of people who are up and comers and more established, like ourselves and Murdoch and that. Like
Yeah.
it's good that they're doing that. And
The one thing I think about lineups now, it's not you don't look at a lineup the same way you did when you were a clubber. You used to look at it and be like, oh, that's going to be a great night because that's going to be they're going to play them tunes and they're going to play that tune, they're going to play this tune. It's going to be fantastic. But now because you've been round the block enough and you've met all these artists, you look at it and go, oh, it's going to be a cracker day because I can catch up with such and such. Oh, I haven't seen them in ages. I can have a good island yarn with them, and it's enjoyable for a completely different reason now.
by us, that's why I'm looking at Escape and going, fucking organ donors are there, Matt. There.
I haven't seen
Yes.
this for a long time.
There's a fucking video on Facebook that was us when we booked them for Infusion, and it's them and Nappy scratching in the
remember that
kitchen and
video.
all, and you scratching with dolls.
I remember seeing that before I even knew you.
We were all locked out of the Infusion account. We don't know how to get into it. The email's fucking 15-year-old. They keep asking us to delete it, but we genuinely can't.
Well, that's it. You can't exactly delete something. That happened to me with my PlayStation account. I wiped everything, and because it was an email address I set up because it was an old one, I was like, gone. Lost it all.
It's good to see. I know it's only Matt Scott that just took a back seat. Matt OD, Matt Organ Donors, but it's good to see Matt back. Like, I love them fat boys. Like, they're fucking great. They are.
You
Like,
call them fat boys.
I love them boys. That's your hearing.
It's like I don't think you can say much, can you?
Yoo-hoo.
pick up the audio there.
I know. But that'll be madness, especially fucking Jason. Shugs is there too.
Yep.
Fucking
Billy.
Audio Freak.
Audio Freak.
Fucking hell.
It'll be good.
That's the pals.
It is.
Shugs is meant to be here, but we'll have to rearrange, obviously, because we're trying to get shit together for me going on holiday while we're rushing, and we're just basically run out of days, and everyone's busy boys these days, so...
Well, that's it.
You know what I mean? You
It's
can't
just trying to find a free day.
a free day, but fuck, the guests we'll have planned for when I get back from holiday.
Just like everything.
No, mate.
You going on holiday, man?
I know. That's the name of the episode, when I get back from holiday.
When's the episode going out?
We'll put it out Wednesday. Next week there'll not be one.
Do
Like,
you want to put it out next week when you get back?
I will do that. I fuck it. So this week there'll be none, and then we'll do it next week.
Of course there will. Seriously, there's always going to be episodes.
I
Always content.
don't know. Maybe shows will come through.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Let's see.
One more day.
Tune in to find out.
Here, a thing that I fucking sing. Do you know your tongue knows what everything feels like? Right. Look at everything in this room. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine licking it.
Where the fuck does this come from?
Isn't that great? Because I near touched the hanger, but I was like, I seen this the other day. I mean, if you imagine everything in this room, your tongue knows what it feels like.
That's nuts.
And my life will never be the same
I've
again.
literally just scanned everything. Like, even like the foam padding and all on the roof going, yeah, you can
taste
in
it.
your head, you can feel
What
the
it's
texture.
called. I know. It's mad.
See, actually talking about
I
that.
seen it on TikTok and I was like, fuck, that's amazing. Then I forgot about it. Then I went like out there and no one hit my tongue and I went, oh, hold on. That's great.
I was watching this program about AI and how they're using it to help people with limbs that have lost their limbs.
Yeah.
And sort of try and make it more real for them. And there's some guy who's managed. He's figured out if you amputate the leg or whatever part of your body's getting amputated in a certain way, you do like a double loop of all your muscles, and whenever they put the prosthetic on you, they are able to connect the prosthetic to your nerves. Yeah. And the guys that were testing it were saying, yeah, in my head, I feel like my arm or my leg is there doing that. The only thing it doesn't have is the skin sensation.
Yeah.
And like that's now what the next step's going to be, is making synthetic skin that can replicate that feeling like of your jeans or like your shirt or something touching. I was like, that's fucking mad.
That's crazy. But seeing you think about it, like every bit of muscle tissue and all that has to connect to that, like many years of research is that like.
Well, that's
you know what I mean.
Well, he
like,
was saying that the way that they amputate limbs haven't changed since the Civil War. It's pretty much just lop it off at the point and just get it.
I may watch out for that because I'm diabetic. We have a habit of losing our toes and shit.
There was a girl I actually seen in the Commonwealth Games. She'd lost a leg and she'd had to retrain so that she could then swim again.
Was it the special Commonwealth Games?
I don't know. It was just on TV. It was the Commonwealth Games, and it must have been if she had only one leg. She was like, whenever I dived into the pool with my artificial leg, it felt weird because it kept floating at one side, and I was like, "Fuck, you would never think that." It's like trying to kick, going, "Fuck, what's just floating away?" It's like Wilson.
I mean, it's crazy stuff. You see him at Neuralink that your man Elon Musk's at. Like he's fucking, like he's basically saying, and if there's anyone in the world I trust to say it would be him. He's basically saying, see in like 50 years, you'll not be talking no more. You'll know what everyone.
Telepathy.
Wonder what it was. See the way he's bucking all these girls. You see how many people he's getting pregnant, but he's doing it on purpose. He says he wants to get more people into the world.
But do you not think
he thinks that in like because of the way the population is going, people like choosing careers over families and all.
Yeah.
He's done the math, and he thinks like in 50 years there's going to be a serious short of people.
But
so
do you not think that he's very hypocritical? I agree. I think Elon Musk is a fantastic man for what he tries to achieve. However, he sits and says the world's vastly overpopulated and we need to stop it, whilst he's banging out a kid a day. Like, do you know what I mean?
I think that's whether
it's counterproductive of your argument. You can't go up on TED Talks and say the world has too many people and then be like, Elon Musk has had another math equation for a child today.
No, I don't think he's saying the world's too popular. I think he's saying you need to have more.
He has said the exact words, this world is overpopulated. And then he's, how many kids?
I cannot confirm nor deny that. But I know what he's saying now is in 50 years it's going to be underpopulated and we need to do our bit.
Well, what age am I now? 50 will make me old enough that I won't care because I'll be dead soon.
But sure, they'll have fucking stem cells and all. You'll not be dead. You'll be nowhere near it.
I don't want to be.
There'll be repo men running after you trying to take your kidney back. That's what it'll be like, mate. But you'll not be dead. The chances are by then you'll have a Neuralink
want
in.
to live forever?
I'm a selfish cunt,
I wouldn't.
as long as all users are alive, like.
No, I think we'll have an expiration date for a purpose.
But we're going to be aliens, mate. We're going to transform and come together with technology, and that'll be the new species.
Right. Well, who's to say then? Whenever you snuff it, right, you transcend to some sort of spiritual realm, which is far vastly.
Dawkins says
now.
that's a load of bollocks.
But he was alive when he said it.
Richard Dawkins is like, nah, there's no God. Nah, no, I agree.
I'm not talking about God or any of that there. I'm saying what happens if there is some great after where your fucking spirit fucks off and goes to this place, right? But yet we're here on Earth prolonging our life like longer and longer and longer.
If I become a robot for 1,000 years and then die then, will that stop my spirit from going somewhere? If not, I'll wait 1,000 years.
I don't know how it all works.
Exactly, as I'm saying.
At the end of the day, naturally, we are supposed to die. How can
you not like this?
Have you seen
it? How can you not like life? It's fucking brilliant, mate. I love it, mate.
This isn't me being like, I don't like life. I'm saying I will enjoy life, and when it's time to punch my ticket, then I'm happy to clock out.
I'm not, mate. I'd be like, put that microchip in my head. Give me those metal arms.
We're already halfway there, Captain Dabito. Do you know what I mean?
Give me whatever you've got. I'll try it out. Well, you can imagine me being alive in 1,000 years. How smart I'd be.
Well, mate, it wouldn't be too hard to be smarter than what you are.
Nah, once you have that fucking Neuralink in your head, you have Google there.
Yeah, but then that also opens up the realms of can someone hack your thoughts or hack you then to program your brain to do something? And if you do that crime, are you accountable for it? Or is it the person who hacked you then is accountable for that?
But if you know what he's trying to do, you'll be able to... If he can hear his thoughts.
But if you have a chip in your brain...
But if he's trying to hack me, I'll know he's trying to hack me. Because
on that AI show, right, this guy had created... it was really mad, right? So he's made a digital representation of his daughter, but he built a digital brain, fully functioning first, and has it programmed in, right, these neurons are...
So many jokes at the moment.
And these neurons go for this, and this releases endorphins and whatever, and then he's put bone structure, muscle, and then skin tissue around it, right? So then it uses the webcam to watch you while you do stuff, and it's teaching us, like, right, spider. And it looks at it, and you can see it, like, memorizing it. And then it's like, spiders are bad. Boo! And the child starts crying because it's released the neurological thing that any child would do if you scared it or something bad. But then that memorizes, that then now knows spiders are bad. And he's like, this is class that I can do this. It's going to really help virtual assistants and whatever and really help AI grow. But at the same time, this... Technically, if this was out of my computer screen, this is a living, functioning child.
Yeah.
So if something happens to this, or somebody comes in and like destroys my work, or this gets out and other people can do it as an open format, and then people go about and start killing avatars with avatars and destroying other people's work, is that then considered a crime in the real world? Are you actually committing digital murder? And you're like, well, these are far, far too in-depth things. Like, what happened to Sonic the Hedgehog? Do you know what I mean?
Did you see that their Google person, I don't know what it was, like a Google employee anyway, was coming out on Twitter, like a leak, saying that the Google AI is sentient. Like it has feelings and it's not listening. Like it doesn't need man to tell it what to do.
Yeah.
And then he gets sacked. So what's that? So he's out saying this here. Now it was all like hush hush. I don't think it was. I can't remember exactly what the story when I was reading it. All I know is he was saying it was sentient, and then he ended up getting fired. So I don't know whether he put it out like on a fake Twitter account, and they just found out who he was.
This is how you give off such bad information.
I know.
Because you like, oh, that sounds interesting, and then you'll just flick at something for 10 seconds, pick up words, and be like, yeah, this happened and this happened. And it's like, no, that if you read the rest of it, you would find out that it didn't actually.
No, I can't remember whether it was. The only thing I can't remember is whether it was a fake name he used or not. But obviously they knew who it was.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He was going on this mad Twitter thread for ages about how it's sentient, like the AI they've got.
We will never, ever, ever know. Doesn't matter. None of us little people will ever have access to any information about what has been known, past, present, or future. And
No.
that's it. We're all just little pawns allowed to eat away at the breadcrumbs of what falls down from the top.
That's it. You sound like Andrew Tate. Do you know
Always-
Andrew Tate?
No, always
Oh, Andrew Tate. You have to Google him after, and then we'll talk about him next week.
Why?
He's a misogynistic bastard, apparently. But
I'm
no,
not a
he's-
misogynist.
I
Do you
know,
know what
I'm-
misogynistic
what-
means?
Yeah, about hating women.
Right, yeah. So,
But what I'm saying is, this is what they call him. But that's what he would say. Like the breadcrumbs trickle down. But he's took
No.
over the internet, mate.
but what
This-
I mean is the information. Like, no matter what happens, even if Google has a sentient being, see, like,
I know what
38
you mean.
levels down beneath.
This is
fucking
exactly
the
what
world.
he's saying. The people who run the world will never tell you.
Yeah.
Mate, you have to Google him, right? He's fucking mad as fuck. He's took over the internet. I mean, he's the most famous person in the world, and all he's doing is saying, your bitch isn't allowed out. And, like, you slap your bitch when she's fucking. Like, he's mad as fuck, right? But it's funny. Like, he's speaking to young men. That's who he's speaking to, and that's why he's picked up. Like, he's driving about in a £5 million Bugatti and all. He runs webcam girls. He lives in
Right.
he owns casinos. No,
Is he like your man Dan Brazilian or whatever?
no,
fuck
he's
called?
worse than him.
Right, okay.
He's mad as fuck.
But why?
mate.
Why the fuck are you comparing me to him?
Because the way you were saying there about him, the trickle down. That's what he keeps saying about humanity.
It's not even that, mate. I'm just a
He's like, so
bastard.
you got furlough. He goes, oh, you got furlough.
I
The
don't.
government give you furlough, right? What do? You spend it because you can't keep it in your bank because of inflation. So you go and spend your furlough. Who gets the money? Rich people.
Yeah.
You just know that's the type of shit
But
he's on about.
It's true. It's like you get taxed on your wage, and then you go into the shop and buy something which has been taxed on, and you're paying the tax. Then has to come from the shop, and you're like, What is it?
That's what, mate. You have to Google him after. See,
So it's quite a rabbit hole we went down there.
see all, mate. See all over fucking like YouTube and TikTok. No, mate, it's just this cunt.
Yeah.
He's mad as fuck. But some of the stuff you're like, fucking yes, and then other stuff you're going, whoa, calm down.
But
sir."
see you saying that, right? Nicole's actually talking about this the other night. See, I'm not a big people person, right? I could quite happily sit and be a wee hermit and make tunes and interact with humans as little as I have to. That'd be fantastic. But see, for someone who does that, I seem to have an awful lot of people who know me, not through music, just like I went to Nicole's cousin's child's christening.
My granny's uncle's
Aye,
cat
one of the.
dog.
I had to figure that out. So was there, and I ended up knowing more people at a Nicole family do than Nicole knew, but just through different series of my life. There's some girl in my work, which is she knows a fella that I knew when I was 3 or 4 and used to play with his kids when I was a kid. No, not this week.
Oh,
But
sorry.
they moved to Australia when I was 10.
Aye, she could put out of the country. Sorry.
Well, I was a peeler. But
That's why she got away with it.
It turns out that this woman went to school with this fella and was speaking on Facebook the other week somehow, and they were like, yeah, I know him because they've seen one of our videos on Facebook. It's like, oh, how do you know such and such? And I was like, how the fuck have you managed to meet some fella that I knew 25 odd years ago that lives in Australia now? Thanks.
That's it, mate. It's the world you're in as well. Like, that's what I've noticed too. See, if you post something on Facebook, you don't get that many likes or whatever, but then see you put it on your story, you see fucking thousands of people have watched your story. You're like,
I don't do Facebook as we've
I
openly
know,
talked
but that's
on
what I'm
this.
saying. But like, everyone watches.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I've put posts up on my Facebook and it's got like fucking 20, 30 likes. But then you put the same post up in your story and it's got 2,000, 3,000 fucking views.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Not everyone likes your stuff, but they all watch your stuff.
Well, yeah, I have noticed that now. There's people that I used to work with that I've met when I've been out shopping around Conswater or whatever. And they're like, oh, mate, great to see that you're doing well in the music. Like, you look like you're doing so well. It's like, you've never liked a post or commented on anything. It's like, but you're aware that people are watching. They just don't interact with it.
The fact of the matter is, fucking like the posts.
It only
Helps.
takes a second, like, boom,
And we
done.
fucking hate it. So, just boom, share.
Done. That's
Cheers.
that's the weekly
And
beg
we're
over.
going to keep saying this every week. I mean, every week
Is
until
that why
you
you set the
start doing
table
it.
up here so you can
Yep.
like make this announcement to everybody?
There's someone meant to be in the middle.
Oh, right.
This is the Phase 2 volunteer force. We have an announcement to make. If you do not start liking our posts and sharing our posts, there will be severe punishment dished out at the next Reave.
Oh, that's us getting an inbox message tomorrow. We've already been in trouble for one episode. Let's not have a second.
Oh, fuck. I can't say no.
Yeah. So we'll segue away from that. There's something I was reminded about the other time. I don't think I've ever told you this story. So I done a random act of kindness 10 years ago, it was more to look nice, I'm going to be honest, right? But it backfired on me terribly, right? So I was in town, Christmas shopping with a cool. I think we've been getting out maybe 2-3 months at this stage, so it's all love's young dream, everything. Went into the town, done a bit of shopping, and we're like, right, do you want to go for a wee pint? And we're going to go to Kelly Cellars. And do you know when you go past Primark, there's like that wee alleyway up to Kelly Cellars?
Yeah.
And as we were dancing up there was this fella lying in the snow, face down, not moving. And there was just me and Nicole in the alleyway. I was like, shit, right, I'm going to have to do something good here. I could, like, my normal, and as much as I don't like people, I don't want to see someone lying in the snow dead. So close we got, realised, right, it's obviously a homeless fella. So phoned an ambulance. I was like, can you come and pick this fella up? I'll stay here till you get here. That was fine. Tried to wake the fella up. I was like, come on, man, wake you up there, wake you up.
Was he just blocked, did it seem like? Or
I thought he was
freezing?
dead. I genuinely thought the guy was dead. He'd been lying in the snow because it had snowed throughout the day. It wasn't like so he could have been lying there
fucking
and
freezing.
it froze on him. So I'm sitting there going, fuck. And then he made a bit of a noise like, right, he's not dead. Sweet. That at least I don't have to have a memory of a dead homeless guy. Sweet. And then he sort of came to a bit. And the more he came to, he became an absolute dick. And like started trying to hit me. And I was like, mate, I'm just making sure you're okay. Fuck off, you. So then this other fella who was going somewhere came up and seen what was going on. I was like, mate, I found him in the snow. And then this guy grabbed him and just pinned him against the wall. Like, literally no fucking about. And had him like this. Like, look, we're just trying to help you. And I was like, shit, what has happened here? I should have just fucking kept walking. So anyway, this guy's got him up against the fucking wall, going to bait his bollocks in. But he's not going to. I don't know why, but I just don't think he's going to. And then the next thing, the fucking ambulance shows up. I'm like, yes, this is almost over. Thank fuck, I can go for a pint. The ambulance man got out and went, nah, mate, not tonight. I was like, what do you mean not tonight? You're the fucking ambulance. You don't get a say. It's not like no shirt, no shoes, no fucking entry. It's like, mate, he was lying face down. He's just woke up. Maybe he's drunk and he's angry, but like, you need to check him. He's like, no, we get called about him every day and he's just a dick to us and we refuse to see him. And then he got back in and just drove off. Like, that was it. He said, that was my explanation I'm giving you. I'm off the fuck.
Aye. See ya.
So then we sort of all looked at each other and we're like, well, we're not a crime fighting unit here. We're Christmas shopping. So, see you later, mate. My good deed is fucking done for the year. Adios. And we all just scored a scarper and I've never seen that guy again. So I don't know if he fucking, if he's titty bread now, like, but.
Fuck's sake.
Do you know what I mean?
But you're trying to be,
I made act of kindness.
Aye, but yeah, it's different with if you're a drunk like me, honestly.
I've
seen it. No, the random act of kindness I've seen. Do you ever see the one where like the missus? I've seen it in the town all the time. The missus and the husband or the boyfriend are fighting, and the fucking husband's getting heavy-handed, and someone steps in to back her up, and then they both turn on whoever it is steps in.
Like
I've seen people
step out of our argument.
Get the fuck beat out of them outside Lavery's many a times over that there. Like both the husband and the wife start blattering whoever it is tried to help. You have to pick your battles.
But see, I actually seen a class thing on Facebook. It's like you should never interfere when you see something bad happening to someone because that could be them getting their karma. And that changed my thinking and stuff. I was like, fuck, that's such a good point. Like, if you seen somebody getting a pattern, like, they could have done something that's made them deserve that. But at the same time, your nice instinct kicks in. You're like, well...
Oh, that's it. No, I wouldn't get involved in that. Like, it'd be different if it was someone I knew. Or no, it was a young child or fucking, I don't know, a woman getting mugged. Yeah, but like, see that they're just bouncing in, like, especially in Belfast on a Saturday night. Yeah, that's fucking.
Do you know what random act of kindness annoy me, mate? The ones that aren't.
Plus, I can't fight.
Well, that's why we have bodyguards to do it for us, mate. You know. But see people who do random act of kindness for random act of kindness. That's my brain shutting down now.
It's like you're writing a Facebook post.
Dickhead. See people who videotape stuff that they're doing for Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And they're like, oh, look, I'm doing this really nice thing for this person. why did you stop to take your video out? Just do it and fuck off. Feel happy about it yourself. You don't need to tell the world that you've done this nice thing. You're not doing it for the world. You're doing it to help out a lesser being.
Well, that's
Or
it.
not a lesser being, but somebody who needs a bit of fucking help.
I mean, I do it all the time, and I've never posted and never done that. I'll tell you, like I can be very kind on the street, and there's no need to fucking
That's it,
bring
you're
it
not.
up and fucking. No, I mean, I'm not going to fucking go into it now because now I feel like I can't. But I do, and you can ask her off camera.
I'll have to, mate, because in the 10 years we worked together, I haven't seen you do a fucking nice thing.
Fuck's sake. I am
No,
I'm a
joke.
very nice
No,
man.
you are quite a kind chap. You would definitely help someone out in a pickle.
That's it. We have to, especially people close to me. And then there's people who are close to me who are like coming around asking, and then I ignore them, and they're like, "Well, like, no, you don't deserve my help." And I'm being serious.
Sorry, Lord, Sergi,
Do you know what I mean?
Jesus,
It's not. I don't
boy.
even say it. I just don't offer. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can tell they're trying. I'm just like, nope. Keep my hand in my pocket here. But the reason being is maybe if you made an effort towards us and our family, then maybe I'll help your family. So I get a bit deeper.
I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Exactly.
You got something you want to get off your chest?
Uh-huh.
Do you? Problem shared's a problem half.
Too many bridges would burn if I went for it. Like. But it's coming. It's coming. One night.
That's what she said.
I know. So what's the crack with these two tunes then, Dave?
What do you want me to say?
I want you to finish the fucking things and send me them by the time I'm back from holiday. How about that?
But these are, to me, these aren't just any standard tunes.
I agree.
These tunes are very special. So
Planet Love, mate. That has to be the goal.
Escape is the goal.
But that's not that far away.
I sat on Saturday and I worked on the tune I sent you a sample of, and that's the name of it, yesterday. And for life or money of me, I could not get the melody notes to sit right. And mate, this drove me up the walls. Like, I was so angry, and the angrier I got, the more I was like, I can't be dealing with this. So I switched to the other project, and I fiddled away with that, and then it was just eating away at me that I'd quit working on the first one. I was like, right, go back to it, done it again, made it a wee bit better, and then I made it a whole lot worse. And I was like, fuck.
You did. You sent me a thing, and I was like, what happened to the first one?
No,
The first one was good. The notes were just getting the first melody.
I just lost my vision, mate.
I know.
And then I went.
I'm sure you hate that too. You're like, oh, fucking been there all day and what's the Sergi?
Yep.
And then I'm like, get the fuck.
Yeah, that's what it is. When you take a good 9 hours in the studio and you send something to you and you're like, nah, it's all right.
First one was better.
Yeah.
See, the second drop in the first one was really fucking good.
Yeah.
I really liked it. It was just the first one. Melody was alright, mate, but it wasn't like oomph in your face.
There
It was
wasn't a
quite
lot of energy.
boring.
Yeah.
Whereas that was my only issue with that. Like, see, if you had just changed that a bit, I would have been on board because I liked everything else. The vocals are amazing.
Yeah.
So we're being very vague here.
Well, no, I don't suppose we don't have to be vague. So
Nah.
the two tunes that we're working on, there's one called Tapestry of Our Lives. It's a tune. I had an idea about a concept of a tune about. Again, it was one of the tunes we're going to do in this album that we decided not to do, and it was the put down in words our journey and how it started from a wee hobby DJing to doing nights, like the people that you meet throughout the whole journey, the sacrifices that we have to make, the sacrifices our family and our people around us have to make just so that we are able to sit here and talk
Even
shit to
do
you
this.
guys.
Keep the kids out of the fucking garden.
But the whole point of it is how it's all encompassed in the tapestry of our lives, and it's kind of like our song, the music.
Dave wrote the lyrics. Well, no, it wasn't the second one you done.
I wrote the concept of this track, but I didn't feel that I lyrically could write something to meet the needs that I wanted for the song. So I went on to Fiverr and found a guy who has I can't even remember his name now, but
Fiverr, remember the
he's got a
video?
great,
See, many people think that that was me singing still.
I
So
know.
you know what's the end of it, but then people wouldn't understand what Fiverr is.
I just thought it was quite funny watching you sing, to be fair.
I can't wait to get you singing.
But he knocked it out of the park. I just sent him, like, and to be fair, I sent him a long list of things that this song had to have in it or encompass in some way, shape, or form.
It also had to be relatable. But when we talked about it, we were playing a gig somewhere and we were talking about it in a hotel room and we're like, right, and as I was saying to you, like I like the vocals, but the vocals relate too much about me and you.
Yeah.
At the time, as there needs to be relatable. Like
To
people
everybody in a
people
different
won't
way,
understand our journey, but the way your man wrote the lyrics now, it feels like most people could relate to it. It could be about their boyfriend, it could be about their fucking ma. I know me, it could be about a lot of
Yeah.
things. It doesn't necessarily where we also it's about mine and your journey. How we relate to it is our journey, and then also like our love of the music, which is like basically
Yeah.
pulled us through life. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Whereas most people take a different meaning out of it, but it's big. Like what would you like? It's like
It's definitely sort
like a
of
Brandon Hardy one with
Yeah.
your man John. No, I don't know. Release maybe atmospheres.
yeah.
The vocals are like that, aren't
It's just a big emotional kind of song. It's not a big energy driven one. There's good energy parts in it, but
they? It'll be a
just,
listening to
yeah.
or a festival and whatnot.
Yeah.
It'll definitely
The
be.
second tune is definitely a lot harder and a lot more energetic. We haven't given a name yet, but the concept behind this tune was there's a lot of everybody's rebranding after COVID and trying to do something different and changing their names or changing their styles or changing this or changing that. And to be fair, we're far too long in the tooth in in every way, shape or form to be starting that caper. So we've wrote a tune.
I got an extra few mil put on my teeth.
Fucking vampire thing. But the tune, the point of the tune is to sort of say, yeah, forget everything that you think you know about us in the last 10 years. The next 10 years is going to be drastically different.
Hashtag forget what you know. Phase 2.0.
Oh,
Yeah.
but they're the two concepts of the tunes. The Tapestry of Our Lives one is definitely a lot more along
You
the way.
wrote the lyrics, but
Oh, yes, the
2.0. That's what I was
2.0
saying.
one.
Like whenever he
Sorry.
sent me him, I was like, "Fuck me, that's actually really fucking good." And then he got some rapper to rap the rabbit. I mean, it's definitely really good. And the fact that your man, you sent him stuff and says something like this, and he was like, "Nah, mate, them lyrics are great."
Yeah.
So fucking good
But
job
Steve,
there, mate.
This is, we're going to dive really into the archives here. Not a lot of people will know this about me. When I first started my musical journey,
We're getting them singing on a
I-
Phase 2
no,
song.
no. I used to write.
Everyone
raps.
send him messages on Facebook and Instagram and tell him that we'll have to hear him sing. And if he doesn't sing, there's a punishment.
That's not what I was going to discuss. Okay. I actually
a wee birdie told me he's a really good singer. Nah, I've never heard it. never.
No one's heard it. Nicole has heard me singing.
I've heard a wee birdie told me you're a really good singer, i.e. your sister.
I can't. I see. At the end of the day, it's not anything I'm ashamed of. I went to the School of Music when I was 11 or 12 and was trained how to sing better than what I'd already could, and then I just stopped. And
And we
because
don't
of,
need to pay people to do their vocals, mate.
yeah, we definitely do, because I can't stand a Northern Ireland accent in any sort of singing.
I know, but it's not what you can stand. It's what other people.
Yeah, but we have to listen
But
to
we-
it week in, week out.
we can put a fax on it and take it away a bit, like. But we could use your voice. We'll have to use it, man. The fact that you're sitting on this and have never done nothing in one of our tunes is baffling
Yeah,
to me.
but I've started writing stuff now.
You've started talking on microphone and in front of a camera too, like,
Yeah.
so I'll give you that. So
You just-
it's a process.
I'm a very, very private person, and
I'm just saying it now because then he'll get in his head and he'll be like,
It's
right
not-
enough, I'm going to have to do something. Like, it's
I'm not.
pointless. Like, all that time in the School of Music just to, like,
No.
Produce music.
There wasn't all that time in the School of Music. There was about 6 months, and then I was like, "Fuck this! I don't want to get up at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning to go and sing to these bunch of knobheads.
like
I
going to
would
the
rather
pension.
sit and eat fucking Cocoa Pops and watch cartoons. Thanks.
What was it used to be on that time of morning too?
Live and kicking.
They've been kicking, that's it.
Live and
Ant
fucking
and Deck,
kicking.
wasn't it?
What was SMTV Live? Wasn't it?
SMTV. I don't know. It was SMTV Live.
I still remember the phone number from Live and Kicking. 090111050 10.
But nearly got him singing.
No.
Nearly.
Mate, it's a phone number. Fuck me.
Whew.
No.
I was going to say, fuck, that wasn't
What?
too hard. That was quick.
What I was going to say before you fucking hijacked me yet again is in my teens, I actually, the musical journey I
What was the
initially-
one Ant and Deck done?
Fuck you. I'm just gonna hang my fucking headphones up and leave. I used to write raps, but again, there's no rap scene in Northern Ireland. No one wants to hear a white Northern Irish rapper. But in my head, I was like,
Sorry, lads.
I'm all right. Well, no, but this was fucking what 25? No, fucking 20 odd years ago, maybe more. So
Even now, they don't want to hear it.
well, that's it. But I do.
Unless you're young Spencer,
I was
obviously.
very good at fucking writing lyrics, the songs and the raps and stuff, but I just never really pursued it. And because then I stopped that when I was maybe 19, 20 and pursued a career of taking drugs, I kind of just lost the creativity or the way that I used to write.
I will
lyrics.
say
And now
that
I've sort of
the
cleared
stuff,
my head again, I'm starting to try and dabble in it again, but it's
the stuff you have wrote recently has been like, I was surprised even with Love the Reave when you sent me the first draft of that. I was like, right, and I think I only asked you to change one thing.
yeah, it was like
I was like,
one word. Or something.
I think
Yeah,
I said no. You have to put
rephrase.
fucking.
Yeah.
You have to put a fuck in there. I think I genuinely what it was, wasn't it? So but I was like, fuck, go ahead, Dave. That's actually cool.
But
Like
see,
obviously it's not very emotional or anything, but it's
funny.
It's fun.
But that's it, man. We're just about having fun. There's no seriousness here.
No, fuck. I hate that when you see other people taking it serious about like, there's a bottle of drink beside the stage and fucking cracking up about it and all.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck off.
Well, no, I can get that because like it's a thousands of pounds worth of equipment.
I'm not on
sitting
about
there.
the DAX. I'm on about just like big artists who want to come out and they're. I was using that as an example. It was a very bad example to be fair, but you know what I mean. Like it's
There was an artist,
knobheads there is.
I'll not say who it was, but and I'll not say what venue it was either because it's not a local artist, it's an international artist. But they had someone hold.
Diva Guetta.
They had someone hold their headphones for them underneath the decks
fuck, that's
when they were playing. So every mix,
We went
once they
on-
mixed,
no,
they
no,
they like handed the headphones to said headphone holder.
You hold
underneath.
the headphones for me. Like, see, whenever I'm not mixing, you hold them for me. Everything. I do the same for you. Though.
That's not the only thing we're holding underneath the table behind the decks, man.
I know, but no, there is complete, absolute knobs. And the more I see it, the more I'm like, I don't want to be like that person.
The way I view it is, and this might not be a very fucking popular opinion, but all we are doing is really artistically turning the volume up and down on CD players. Like that when
Speak
you
for yourself.
when you break DJ and down,
I don't even do that.
That's what you do. You're turning the volumes up and down on
Yeah.
two CD players.
I
That's
agree,
it.
man, 100%.
And people treat it as
But it's the fucking best job in the world.
no,
I don't understand
love
how
doing
people.
it, but how people get so fucking up their own arse about it is what I don't get. It's like, guys, calm down. We're just here. We're playing music. We're doing what we love.
Every
What's
gig,
the need for all this?
like diviness.
Yeah.
Every gig I play, mate, I'm the happiest chappy ever. Bar maybe one in my whole career.
I would say yes. I would agree with you. There's
Bar maybe one where I just couldn't wait to get home. But after that, there, like everyone, like I'm loving it, and I see people who are coming in, they're making fucking £5,000 a night for 1 hour, and they're sour baked cunts.
I seen
Fuck
something
off.
mate, on a
It's
beat-
the
a
best
beat
job in the
news.
world.
Paris Hilton was named as the most iconic DJ of a generation. And you're like,
No way.
yeah, because she's doing a residency in a schwa in Ibiza. And I'm like, she's not an iconic DJ. She's a famous hotelier's daughter who got bucked, and it went on the internet, and now she's famous. Like we've joked about this before. If one of us was a girl, you could just like a sex tape, and we'd be super famous.
I know.
Because that's how it works. But no one wants to see the two of us bucking each other.
I'm sure some people out there do. Like
Well, sorry guys, it's not
Patreon exclusive.
only fans exclusive.
Nah, but no, I get it, mate. Like that's I fucking does my head in, mate. It really does, and you see it now trickling down to the up and coming artists because they think that's how you're meant to behave.
Yeah.
And you're like, mate, fucking relax. Like you're going to play in a fucking club. There's fucking 500, 600 people out there in a wee small nightclub. Go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking diva. Like I get it if you're like traveling. Fucking, you come from China to Northern Ireland, you just want to sleep or whatever. But, you know what I mean? Don't fucking...
All those Chinese DJs are playing here every week.
no, but like people who are doing like Asian tours and then they're coming, stopping here and then going back to Holland or wherever, I get that.
Yeah.
I really do. But like, we were with Randy. He was everywhere. Like, he was playing telegraph, and he was like as if like it was the best night of his life. And that's he kept saying, you never know when it's going to be your last.
No, that's it. He was even saying, actually funny you say about China. He done his tour of China.
That's what it
and
was.
then he get back home, slept for 2 hours. Then the kids came in, and he was like, "You have to be daddy. You can't. The kids don't understand that you've just had a fucking 17-hour connected flight. They just haven't seen you for 4 weeks, and they're like, oh my goodness, my dad's home. And then you have to swap from being international superstar to daddy also, and you can't not let the mask slip. But
see that night, I can't remember what day it was. I think it was maybe June time or something. It was Ben Nicky after party. Aye, but it was like June before COVID, and he texted you and says that he was coming. Did you want to go and meet? And went down, met him in Telegraph, and he was showing us his tour dates.
Yeah.
And like the cunt had just come off like a 16 gig show or 16 shows in like a week or a week and a half or something. Yeah. Something mental. But he landed in Holland, went to bed for 2 hours, woke up with kids. 2 hours later, he was landing in Belfast, and he was like, you could see he was completely exhausted. And this is Ben Nicky's another one like that too. That cunt's everywhere, and he always has time for people.
Yeah.
And then there's these other fuckers who are doing half of what them are doing, and they won't take a picture with people, they won't talk to people in the green room, they're grinning because their lemonade doesn't have ice in it, and you're like, fuck off.
Look, you said you would never tell anybody about that lemonade incident, mate. Fuck's sake, it was one time.
I know.
But no, I do agree with you, but...
Like, it's the fucking best job in the world, that's what annoys me. Like, I genuinely, every gig, whether it's in fucking Club Honey or in fucking Belgium or fucking anywhere, I love it, mate. Seeing you're on your way to the club, you don't know whether you're nervous or you're excited. You're a bit of both. You're like, fuck the pre gig fucking nerves. That's another thing too. I don't get nervous before sets. Nearly every time before we play, I don't know whether I need a shit or a haircut. But I'm being like, I'm not scared to play. I'm excited, but I'm also like, oh.
I get you. Like whenever we have a gig, regardless of whether it's here or away, whenever you're coming to get me, I can't sit down. I start pacing the house. Yeah, it's like, why don't you just sit down? It's like, no, I just have to pace. Or like, in a hotel room or something.
You're fucking walking up and down the lobby.
You've got a wee, you say you feel in your stomach. It's like, it's not in the herbs, it's not this, but it's like excited.
It's because you care too, but you care. You want to go and you want to put on a good show for the people that paid money to see you, and you're excited for that. And then you have new tunes to play and all. That's what I'm saying. It's the fucking best job in the world.
Well, that's it.
You're going to fucking different countries. People are paying you to go to different countries and play the music that we have sat in here for fucking couple of days making, and you're playing for the first time. Why? What's not to be happy about?
As I said to a lot of people as well, it's like, you're there to entertain the people who have paid in. You're not there to entertain the people who didn't come. So just go out and fucking do the business for them. Regardless whether there's 5 people or 500 people or 5,000 people. People have paid their hard-earned money in this day and age to come and watch you get on like a fucking dick for an hour.
Yep.
Just
so it doesn't matter.
Put on a show and give them a good night, something they can go home and be like, oh, well, do you know what? I really enjoyed my night last night.
Yep.
That's it. Because at the end of the day, you're
that's
there
another thing
to entertain the people that come. We're not here to entertain each other or the people backstage or the bar staff. You're there to entertain the patrons that come into any event.
So we've seen it before recently too, where like people are coming in who are like second on in the night, never played big shows or anything before, and they're coming in and it's like, oh, there's only fucking 30 people on for my set. And we've talked about it in one of the podcasts before, but like me and you have played the fucking 5 people and like again done exactly the same thing we would do if we were playing in front of 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do, and like you're being paid to do a job. For. Yeah. It's starting to annoy the tits me to the divaness of people. Like it really is, mate.
Well, it's all right.
I'm not going to call them out like yet.
Yet.
But I just don't get it, mate. Like it's the fucking best job in the world.
But it's the nature of the beast. Everybody's vying for the same thing, and people just have to find their part of it, and how everybody just fucking gets on. Like as we've said before, the scene now is really good with everybody getting on with everybody. Yeah. But as you said, once you start meeting sort of outside acts and sort of acts from outside of here, then there's a lot of sort of twisting and turnings and smiles in front of you, but at the same time there's wee whispers behind your back.
If it was to argue against myself, like I'm sure it is stressful. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because seeing if we do, like, there's a couple of times where we have done fucking 3 shows a weekend in 2 different countries, and you know what I mean? Like all the traveling and all, and you're like, fuck. Like it does get a pain in the arse.
Alright, but
But
it doesn't mean
if
you
you,
turn into a
I
fucking...
do, I know you, and know what, I don't even want to argue against myself because who I'm thinking about, this cunt, is always a cunt.
I'm not even gonna lie, I'm just listening to you think of what shit is coming out of your mouth.
Just annoys me, mate. Just got a full urge there to say,
Do you have a wee gripe to bear?
I
Do
do.
you? It sounds like there's a few issues you've kind of got off your chest here a wee bit today.
I know, I need to get it all off and go on holiday.
Is that what it is?
Aye. We'll talk about it when I get back.
Names will be released.
Yeah, Patreon exclusive. Nah, I'm looking forward to going away, mate. I really am.
I'm sure you haven't fucked up about it.
I know. I've just done, mate, it's been a mad, like, see, from COVID ended last year, like we had a fucking mad run, like, we have been everywhere. It's been amazing, like, we've been fucking all
Aye,
over,
but haven't been away with the families.
Well, you haven't. I have. After next week. When this is released, I'll have been away.
Speaking of holidays, I remembered when I was on my last holiday in Lanzarote, excuse me, before COVID, we were out on the last night, me and the code, and we're like, right, we'll go out, we'll get a wee bit blocked, we'll not get too blocked because we've got an early flight, but we'll get blocked enough. So
Big wheels.
No, that was a different kettle of fish. That'll not be repeated for a very long time. We got normally what happened was whenever we went out, we would have got blocked, and coming back to the hotel, Nicole used to go for an aisle run in the ocean. Just rolled the aisle jeans up, she had shorts on, and just went for an aisle splash. And I was like, right, sweet, whatever, dead on, that was your thing. So I thought last night of the holiday, I ain't gonna fucking do this. I ain't gonna go into the ocean, screw this. So as we sauntered down the beach, I seen they had these trampolines that they used to put out in the ocean during the day, but they dragged them onto the beach. I was like, fuck it, right, I ain't gonna get a wee go on a trampoline here. So I went out, I was like, right, Nicole, take a video. And I was fucking jumping away and doing all these flips and all. And then the next thing, this fucking guy, a big 6-foot fucking tank, comes out of this wee beach hut. Oh, what the fuck you doing? I was like, oh, who the fuck said that? And Nicole's like, Dave, there's a guy here. He's like, oh, and then he started speaking Spanish and fucking giving off loads. And I was like, shit, this guy's like sleeping in this wee hut to make sure nobody does this. He's like fucking trying to put his shirt on. I'm like, sorry, mate. Fucking wee scarpered. I was like, I think he says don't fucking come back. I was like, it's alright, I'm getting my flight tomorrow, mate. It's like, what are the fucking chances that this wee freaking gnome's gonna pop out of his wee... Do you know what they were like? Like the wee chitty bang bang fucking beach huts that you used to see, and he's just fucking kept out this here one
on 7 dwarf.
Trampoline. He definitely wasn't a fucking dwarf, mate, I'll tell you that.
Did you shit them, did you?
Fucking right it then, mate. This guy could have kicked my bollocks in no sweat, and I was like, oh, I'm quite drunk. I'm on a trampoline on a beach. This guy has literally been woke up by me being a dickhead on the last night of my holiday. If he gets out that door, I'm dead. So off I went. I just fucking bounced and away I fucking went. Come on, Nicole, let's just fucking go get our flight now.
That's right. The last time we were at Jack CM trampolines, they were like on every fucking corner of Mallorca. Or Palma Nova. Like it's Palma Nova, Magaluf. It's all in Mallorca. Right. That's what it is. Palma Nova we're going to. But they were every fucking corner, mate. No, they strap them in. You can do like somersaults and all, mate. That's all he done, mate. And you couldn't go from one shop or whatever to the next without him going, can I get on? They're like fucking €5 for 2 minutes or something.
Did they not just go on like 2 minutes ago?
I know.
That last corner?
I know.
But it is, that's the thing with holidays now. Like whenever you went away with like kids, it was just, yeah, we'll go out, we'll go on a wee bender, see what happens, and then deal with the consequences tomorrow. And now like, right, we'll find a bar that's beside an arcade, and you can go and play with all the other kids, and we'll just sit here and have a quiet pint and go, fuck, that was a long day.
Fuck, and we were in Ibiza like years ago. We were as DJ in Ibiza, and fucking went down, got a load of cat. And I didn't drink, obviously, because for obvious reasons, the diabetes and the pancreatitis. So back then I didn't drink, so I was just like some wee man fucking potty. €30 for fucking free G's a cat every day delivered to my hotel door. I was wrecked. We wandered down me and hollered at the beach, fucking got on the beach, took loads of it, can't remember nothing, wandered back up. They all wanted to go and see David Guetta, right?
Right.
Off my rocker. So the fella was selling the David Guetta tickets on the street. I said, how much is it? Let's say, he said, €180. I says, mate, I've only 150. I'll give you that. I'll dander around to my hotel room, get the rest and come back.
Right.
I handed him a cash, fucking trooping round to my hotel room, off my trolley. And then I can't remember, I think it was Hal. I said, what'd you do with mine? I said, I give it him. And he goes, you fucking make it back. I mean, fuck. So I grabbed the money and sprinted back. Sure enough, the wee mom was standing there, mate.
Oh,
he goes,
happy
here,
days.
there you go. Mate,
Yeah, that's the schoolboy era. Like, mate, don't be giving people money and walking off without your transaction being complete.
See the whole way back round, and it was a West End. Our hotel was a bit away from West
Aye.
End. See the whole run back round. I had sober clean up, and then we went that night to fucking watch David Guetta, Big Hartley and all over. We walked into Paisha, and me and her literally walked in and went, "Phew, taxi." Walked straight back out again. It was so bad, mate. It wasn't even to do with music. It was just the vibe in the club, mate. It was shit. And that was the biggest club in the world back then, like.
I think I can't remember. It was at S Paradise we went to. We went on my birthday, but I was blind drunk by the time I got there. I don't remember it. You know me, I don't take photographs. I'm not a big photograph taker. And when we woke up the next morning, I took 194 photographs on my birthday, mate. Don't know why. I was just so blocked. Stayed up all night and all, went and got breakfast in the morning while they were all kipping. It's like, no, this is that. And
My wee brother does that. Watch him. See if you ever give him your phone to take a picture of someone.
oh, the burst shot.
He does the burst shots, but he'll face it him, so he'll be
yeah.
standing like this here before he takes it, and then the next minute you go and you have a fucking 128 gig memory and it's full. You're like, what are you doing?
I do that with tourists. Like, see anybody who'll say, "Oh, you wouldn't mind stopping and taking our picture?" Not a bother at all. And if they give me their phone, I'll be like, "Take one, take two. Hold on a wee second. I think that one was good. Flip it around, take one of yourself, take a third one." And they're like, "Oh, that's lovely." And they're like, "Who the fuck's that?"
That's it. Or it's at the husband sees it that night.
Who's this fella in the
Just
middle?
fell on your phone.
I don't know. I've never seen him before.
No. Well, we'll wrap it up, man.
Yes, I think we should.
So we'll sort everything else out when I'm back from holiday.
You going on holiday later?
But yeah, there's plenty of stuff happening with this show and then other things, and get this studio professionally done next week when I'm back from holiday.
And you're back on Wednesday, right?
I'm back next Wednesday, so we get the studio completely done, and then we'll get the podcast sitting as best we can sit it after that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Check us out, www.phase2.co.uk, and yeah, like it, everything, follow us, share, and if not, there will be consequences.
Yeah, thanks.
Peace.